Manchester made it through then to the business end of the tournament. We're down to the last 8 now, the stakes getting higher and higher. Not only them, of course, it's the same story for everyone. They all are desperate to win it. Something then is going to have to give. It is a charged atmosphere in here, fittingly so, given what is up for grabs. This place simply a monument to the game. So much prestige, so much pride, so much passion whenever football is played here. A truly big night of football here ahead of us. It always is when this competition is in town.
Well, we're at the stage, Peter, when the dream becomes believable. The stage of the season when everything takes on a tougher, more pressurised edge. When you want to...
And a shot! And it's a goal!
And some of the best managers I played for insisted on starting games as you mean to go on. And we've just seen a very important opening goal from an extremely talented individual who looks primed for more. He really does look at it. And as soon as they made that error in midfield, they didn't have time to react before the ball hit the net. Very much a lesson learned.
He'll have a dip! He scored! And with the match still in its infancy, they are easing away.
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they perfected that on the training ground because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front, and they really commit forward in numbers too. That was all very well drilled.
His second of the game, and an eye now for the hat-trick. Manchester have a couple of goals without reply. It's 2-0.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
It's a very good battle there, terrific to watch.
Well, you could see he was eager to get a shot away, but there was too much flesh and bone in his path.
Good. That's clear cut. It's a free kick. That is as far as they're going to go. Pogba hits that long. He's made sure that that won't get through. Needed a better pass there. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Flips one over. Aimed long and direct. He's left his man. He is not one readily to admit defeat. Don't be surprised if he tries that again.
Madrid have pushed both fullbacks into quite advanced positions here.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what are they attempting to do?
Well, it's a bold attempt, in my opinion, to occupy the opposition in a way they're not expecting.
Going through. Going for goal! And it's there! And surely that settles it. Jim, your thoughts?
It's almost criminal to see a defence fail to identify someone who thrives when it comes to shooting.
And the half-time whistle goes. As easy as 1, 2, 3. It really has been that straightforward. Halfway through the match, but very little to suggest that much will change over the second half.
Peter, do I really need to say anything, or can I simply refer you to the scoreline?
Manchester, 3 goals to the good after a really excellent first half that's been intriguing to watch. Plenty of highlights to show you during the break. So we're just settling back into this second half. Mbappe. Asensio has been found. Mbappe.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on.
Big chance! Big chance! It's in! Results no longer in doubt. It's just about how many. The breakaway clinical and clean, and the finish unerring.
Well, talking about being hit on the break.
Has a pop! Goal! A contest no more. It is nothing short of utter humiliation.
Well, I think we've gone past humiliation now. This could be doing some real psychological damage.
Manchester tear their opponents apart once again. They are utterly ruthless.
Well, unsurprisingly, Peter, the opposition look completely stunned. I'm not sure they can gather themselves. This defence is wary about opposition play.
Belts one. Oh, almost a sixth.
Well, it was hit with great power, Peter, but sadly, not great precision.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Played out to the right. And help's available out wide. Striding forward, facing goal. Hits one! And that's past the post.
Manchester just served up a reminder of how good they can be on the break. Their method is clear.
It's Marco Asensio. And they've got it back as soon as they gave it away. Plays it out to the wing. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Well positioned to make that interception. This could fall anywhere. Cristiano Ronaldo! And the ball is out of play. Madrid making another change here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
He's got away. And a header! And that may well be that. That is that. 1 foot firmly in the next round. Victory. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is terrific to have you along for our live coverage of this eagerly awaited contest. It should provide some terrific entertainment on what is turning into a rather imperfect afternoon. The weathermen rarely get it wrong. And the finish! He's delivered all right! Cristiano Ronaldo! He's got away with one there.
That's what all good teams do these days. Pressing from the front is highly effective.
Going for goal! What a throw in. Lobs it in, has a swing at it! No mistake! Hot knife through butter. They have done it again. Shoots! They are rampant! All too easy. They are in danger of disappearing out of shot at goal. Sticks it away. And already goes for goal. It's a loose ball. Really well taken goal. And we hit half-time. Well, that flew by. It was breathless stuff. It's been one-way traffic here after the first 45 minutes. A relentless barrage, but looks set to continue.
Well, every time they've gone through the gears, Peter, they've looked like scoring. So provided they can stay well clear of the handbrake, they ought to be completely out of sight fairly soon.
Manchester have run riot in the first half, and barring a miraculous comeback, they have done the job already. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. Germain spreads it towards the left. Daniel Alves. Jota. It's gone for a throw-in. Now it's Germain. Ball's gone out of play. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Keeper sees it all the way. Now it's Pogba. Has a hit! It's a goal! Well, just another one. And a shot! In it goes! A contest no more. It is nothing short of utter... He's had a go! Back of the net! And again, they pile on the... Has a pop! And he steered it beyond the post.
Manchester just served up a reminder of how good they...
Just the goalkeeper to beat.
Yeah, he was under pressure to get that exactly right, and he couldn't even...
And that will be the final act. Manchester, very much the dominant side, almost the only side. Every time they got on the ball, they looked... Well, hello and welcome one and all. We are just about to get going with our coverage of this quarter-final tie. The two teams, after the first leg, experiencing fortunes which are very separate each from the other. On the one hand, we have the victor and the overwhelming favourites for a place in the semi-final, and on the other, those just clinging on and hoping. It is a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game it stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. So one terrific performance under their belts. Now they've got to do it all again, Jim.
Yeah, it's hard not to see it that way after such a convincing first crack at it. This team ought to ooze confidence and be able to recreate the authority and control. They've said all the right things in the build-up. Now they've got to go out and practice what they preach. Sometimes that can backfire.
As you can see, we've already started here. Manchester bring a useful lead into their home game, having won the first leg on the road. They're in a position where a semi-final place is all but theirs. It will take some comeback to deny them. Rashford. It's Marco Asensio. Loose ball, who's going to get there? Jota. That's really nice. Now, what next? Gets it upfield. And it's Toni Kroos. And the defence can get it clear.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what do they try to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Drilled in low. Danger averted for now. Mbappe, now the counter. Kroos, there's the through ball, cuts it out. Dani Alves plays it forward. Oh, good interception. And the referee brings the first half to a close. So both sides have drawn blanks and have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means.
Well, it's become an exercise in preservation, Peter. I think it's been a much more even affair, and there's no need for them to take any unnecessary risks. They look happy to frustrate and contain and just wait for a chance now.
After 45 minutes, it is still goalless. Change perhaps after half-time. We're promptly into the second 45 minutes.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd hoped. Lots of effort, but a lack of quality with the finishing has left us hoping that someone can step up and produce something a little more magical.
Face to Mbappe! There it is!
And if this team was looking for incentive in the second half, they've just received it. Captain and commander, and in giving his team the lead now, what more motivation could they want? Yeah, looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning...
He's had a shot! And in it goes! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control.
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they've perfected that on the training ground because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front, and they really commit forward in numbers too. It was all very well drilled.
Still trying to make a game of this.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
He'll try from distance. And that will sail harmlessly past.
Well, it was hit.
Dani Alves appears to be in some real discomfort. Is it his leg?
Yeah, and I hope for his sake that it's cramp, meaning it'll be a quicker fix.
Well, he is going to soldier on by the looks of it. Pogba tries to get it forward quickly. Mbappe. A chance! Goes for goal! They are rampant! And they are pulling clear here. Well, you've got to say the odds on him missing from there were very slim.
Yeah, and teamwork was key to that. A beautiful piece of engineering to set him free in the box.
So is this the start of a comeback? Oh, it's Marco Asensio. Looks to dink one in. Mbappe is desperately calling for it out wide. Jota brings the ball forward. Forward it goes. Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. Oh, it's Marco Asensio. And that's it. Manchester have got it done through to the last four and evidently now believing in it. Well, good evening to you wherever you are in the world. We are just about ready for the action here. Kickoff is imminent. The team's indeed with us very soon, having exchanged their various pleasantries. What I have to tell you is that the weather may not be great for the duration of the evening. The clouds yet to open, but one suspects that they will pretty shortly, and when the rain comes, we are warned to expect plenty of it. It is a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game it stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. And already we're underway here. Goalkeeper's ball. Forward it goes. Right through the middle. Knocks it away. Great leap! Decent enough try.
That's a little unfortunate. He had a lot of people worried then.
Oh, well defended. That had to be done. Tries to get it forward quickly. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
It's been a pretty abject performance. No efforts at goal. I'm struggling to remember the last time we had that.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Manchester pretty fortunate not to be trailing at half-time. They've been lacklustre and second best for me. And if ever a situation demanded a telling off from the boss, it's this one. He has to spark a reaction.
A spectacular effort! It didn't come off, but an audacious effort. Can he put it away? We've got a goal! Hits one! Oh, the ball's come loose! Well, good day to you wherever you are. You join us on a day where the weather just may have an impact on a football match that has been much anticipated. It's dry at the moment, but the forecast is that it will be wet, perhaps very wet by the time the game is underway, and certainly going for goal! Good movement there, but not the best of finishes.
Well, being able to generate that amount of activity in the box means it's hard not to pick someone out.
Shoots! There's a goal! Arsenal take the lead. Arsenal give themselves the perfect start. Can they build on it?
Look, I'm sure that silencing the crowd would have been mentioned in the dressing room beforehand. And just listen.
Pings it out wide. Rashford has a shot! And in it goes! Ilicic! Straight at the keeper.
Look, that makes it...
We've reached half-time. Genuinely interesting game here. Very, very watchable. 2 goals, 1 each. To review the first half.
It's been a really good watch, but I think the managers will be looking for that extra bit of organisation and focus now, just to try and get a little control on this game.
It's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. Already up and running for the second half. So both teams emerge the same as they were before the break. Cuts it out. No complaints about that challenge. Robust, but fair. Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Played back in. Messi tries to get it forward quickly. And that's put paid to a promising move. Good clearance and very necessary.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
Iwobi. Forward it goes. And the flag has a pop! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Well, maybe the tension around this game played a part in that, because he should have put them ahead then. Concentration levels are very good.
Well, a game that had everything except a winner. Really watchable and honours even. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin